Hey, what's up? It's Rashad Antonio. We are the Upon Further Review. Man, back at it. Dune Prophecy, episode number 4, Twice Born, all spoilers. Tony, are we 4 for 4?
Yeah, we are.
4 for 4.
Both. Faux. Before we even get started, I just want to say this. I'm glad that I have coworkers who listen to your boy or whatever. Every time, saying they'd be like, "Oh, Tony, what you watching?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm watching this." And they'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know about this. Now I don't know about this." I just want to say that I'm batting 1,000 with the show, with the show, with the show recommendations. My coworkers. One guy he asked me what I was watching. I told him Dune Prophecy. He wasn't a big fan. He didn't see the first one, but he saw the no, he saw the first one, but he didn't see the second one, and he was like, "I said you missing out. Dune 2 is possibly one of the best movies this year or whatever." And he was like, "All right." He said, "Well, do I need to have watched these?" I said, "No. You can go into this blind, but naked." I said, watching the Dune movies basically kind of gives you a leg up and kind of knowing what the situation is. But I said, you don't need to watch it or whatever. It didn't like I and knowing how my guy Kenny is, I was like, I didn't think he was gonna like it. He came back and said, "Well, what the hell you mean I don't go like this? This is amazing. That's what I'm talking about. People getting killed in the first episode. That's the type of show I'm talking about." And he has been hooked ever since. One of my other coworkers, one of my favorite coworkers, Michelle, told her about it, and she was like, "Okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch it." And I really won't. I never really got into the movies like that. I said, "Just watch the show." She watched the show, and she binged all 3 episodes this weekend. So
Oh, wow.
she was like, "Oh my God, Tony." She was like, she said, "You have not let me down yet. You have not let me down yet with the shows." I said, "I do this." So she is a fan. So I'm telling people, if you tell folk about this show, at least let's let them watch at least the first episode, at least the first 30 minutes of this episode, man. I mean, it's just so much character building, a whole lot of world building. And that's what and that is a thing that me and Rashad love. And I mean, that's what I think got us hooked with Game of Thrones when we first started watching that, was world building along with dialogue that was going on. And this show is kind of doing the same thing as far as even giving us even more lore into the world of Doom. Once again, me and Rashad have never read any of the books. I haven't read the books. I have it set on my audiobook. I got audio, and I'm gonna get the audiobook to read it to me, you know, one of these days. But this show is really good, and good God, this episode right here, it this episode could easily make you feel like it's all over the place, but everything is making sense
I
except that
think
except that
you,
mofo Desmond. we
no,
got two
man.
we got 2 episodes to figure out, what is going on with this cat,
Bruh, like,
There's 2 episodes left, people.
Tony, man. And it's funny thing you mentioned both of those things because I did my little like, quick right after straight to TikTok, IG
Mm-hmm.
Reels,
Mm-hmm.
spoiler quick review. And I was like, the one thing I love about this show, that's all the crazy WCF moments, like, our homegirl being a shapeshifter, um, daggone, what's my girl name? Lala coming back,
Yeah.
and all the other crap that happened. But the thing that
Mm-hmm.
I like the most, I appreciate the most out of this show is they are very not so blatantly telling us this is the beginning of the Bene Gesserit. And we're going to tell you guys why they are doing the things they do. Why they're doing what they do right now. And one thing, and the first thing I thought about when after the show was over, a matter of fact, after the show was going on, was fear is the mind killer. Because that whole sequence is seen when they figured out that whatever was attacking them via dreams was feeding on
Mm-hmm.
their fear.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole thing and them doing the whole picture, them
Hey,
drawing
hey.
Shahalu and then the eyes and all that, which is the same sequence that all of them saw. I'm trying to figure that whole thing out. It's like
Hey,
it's
won't that scene was wonderfully crazy and
nah. Nah,
borderline scary too.
it was weird AF because I was like looking like,
Yeah.
yo, they are legitimately. So it's
They
funny
got lost.
because
They got lost in the sauce, bro. And she
yeah,
kept telling them, "Go deeper,
they
go
had like
deeper."
some they had like some weird art therapy going on, and like and then she was like, look, yo, it's some sort of like hypnotic. Oh, they were in a drug induced art
Yeah,
therapy
yeah.
because
Cause
they said, hey
they gave us
man.
some spice.
Game. So here's a little bit of spice, get you, get your mind right.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? A little bit of space
uh,
booger sugar for you guys. And they all ended up again, just like the dream, had the same dream, synced
mm-hmm.
up, drawing the same thing, just like and also the small subtle detail I love
What's
that
that?
all their pictures weren't perfectly the same, but they were the
Right.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. We just saying,
Mm-hmm.
photocopy 12 of the same things. So yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
they were finishing at the same time on each page, and at the same. Yo, man.
And it was like, well, what brought them back? The fear. The fear brought them
Yeah.
back. I'm like, dang. Like, yo, what's making them afraid? Don't even matter. At this point, it's the fact that they are starting to understand that we got to combat against fear. And going back to Reverend Mother, what's Paul's mom name? Jessica, is her name?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Even like she's like anytime she gets afraid, first thing she chant, "Fear is the mind killer." Oh, blah, blah, blah. Fear is the mind killer. So now I understand like why that's so important to them because they can't be fearful of whatever's going on. They got to go through it very clear minded, or they can get trapped into that. Yeah, I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, man. So much like so much like it's funny. The funny thing is about this episode too, like
What's
how
that?
it
What's
was
up?
like what you said was very true. It felt like it was all over the place. Then it just all came together because at the beginning of
Mm-hmm.
the first half of this episode, it moves rather slow. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's not if that doesn't feel like a whole lot is going on. There's just a lot of table setting.
Mm-hmm.
We get conversations with Desmond and
Mm-hmm. Emperor Carino.
yeah, Carino,
Yeah.
Javico, whatever his name is, like all like
Yeah.
him, and they're just talking, and then everything is we got the Harkonnens, got Valia and Baratheon and her nephew. And
Uh-huh.
she's like, look, yo, I'll I'll be your other mother. You know what I'm saying? And Baratheon was like, she don't care nothing about us.
Yeah. She don't care. I
She don't
saw what
care
the
nothing
hell
about
she.
us.
I saw what the hell. I saw what the hell she did before she left here last time.
Yeah.
What's crazy, like you said, is how everything is being, set up because you have at the academy all the girls are having the same dream and they tripping and like one of them doesn't have a dream or she
Yo, she
snaps
was
out of it,
sleepwalking.
right, and she saw that her homegirl was about to off herself and she stopped her and she was like, yo, what the hell, how did I get here, this type of stuff. And you see that Tula, it seems to me with I said Tula, Talia, whatever her name is, the sister, she has a lot of power, but she don't really know how to harness her power for real like that, because it's like the older chick is like telling her like, hey, you need to stop doing this, like, said stop doing this stuff. And she's like, no, we need to figure out what's going on here or whatever. And mind you, she still got little what's her name, Alea,
Lila.
um Lila. She got little Lila hooked up to the thinking spice machine, pumping her up with spice, getting her, trying to get her revived and stuff like that, man. And then you even got like, and then like it's messing up even with some of the students because they like figuring out like, yo, what the hell is going on with this chick? And like, even remember, Tula was like, are you trying to read me? Yeah, are you trying to read me? And she was like, huh? Yeah, no, no, no. We just trying to see if you're telling the truth, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because they've told the lie that Reverend Mother Dorita basically killed herself out of grief, and not that value, and out of
Yo.
grief of her grandmother dying, not Valia basically put that knife to your throat and telling her to kill herself. And it's funny, and then too, you see later on in the episode where you still have people who are devout to what Valia thought. As far you see some of them girls there think, I'm saying, thinking like, not Valia, but Reverend Mother Dorita was like, yo, we and they figured out like, and apparently Tuya
So
has a
yeah,
vision,
she has a dream. Yeah,
a
yeah.
dream that the girl that was questioning her was like, hey, Rita didn't kill herself over no that. Y'all murdered her type stuff. And she was like, I'm going to go tell everybody what the hell is going on here. And you see Tula going, slit her throat. They love pulling out that little pimp blade, razor blade. I'm gonna
Oh
cut you.
my
You know,
God.
they love, they love
The pimp
pulling out that
switchblade.
1950s, the pimp switchblade. And the 90s switchblade, it got it's like the little short end, the edge razor. They like, I'll cut your ass. I'll cut you. I'm gonna cut you. They love pulling that blade out. She slit the girl throat. Then she comes out of her dream like, oh snap or whatever, man. It's stuff like that kind, like I said, that that makes what's going on make sense. Because even with Desmond, we don't know what the hell is going on with this guy, but we know that he hates and it's like you say to yourself, man, I don't know about this dude because he just killing folk like that because he got the power and stuff, but I understand why he want to kill these heifers because they suck. This chick valued and basically perverted and bastardized what their order was supposedly, really meant for. And
Yeah.
the emperor to me is just a weak dude. Like he can't make. My thing is this: you the emperor, bro. What are we doing here? Like you know what I'm saying? What you say is law, basically. Like why are you hesitating about this? Like you hesitated about having your daughter marry Pruitt and stuff, and the guy was like, I'll handle that for you type stuff. His wife is the one that's like, hey, sometimes
Yo,
sometimes you
she
gotta
bowed
you
it.
gotta you gotta crack some eggs in order to make some omelets here type,
Yo,
what I'm saying,
and
type
and
thing.
and she is the short order chef at the buffet line, yo. She is
Yeah.
she does not care, yo.
Mm-mm,
At every
mm-mm.
corner, she's like looking at this one like, yeah, let's get this squared away. Because the
Right.
emperor, we got and the whole thing is they're trying to prop up this 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 paper king because they're like, look, we gotta make sure that he looks strong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At all corners and all costs. And
Mm-hmm.
even going to the high council meeting yo, the high council meeting was so it was just such a gangster moment for Desmond because Desmond's like he comes, everybody's there, mind you,
Uh-huh.
Val is trying to plot, and then the burgeoning insurgency is trying to plot too.
Uh-huh.
Des was like
Uh-huh.
a few beats before that, like, hey, y'all go out and find anybody who is a thinking machine sympathizer. So we get to the little council meeting, and
Mm-hmm.
Desmond's talking like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's there. All of a sudden, they're going her they do because their daughter
Right.
and
Because
son tried to
yeah.
collude against them,
Mm-hmm.
and their son is just as pussy as his father because he
Bring
just
yourself.
doesn't he cannot bring himself to go against his dad, even though he thinks this is wrong as well, and just
Mm-hmm.
puts her out there to dry, and she's looking like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, and on top of that, House Harkonnen gets elevated to the council,
Mm-hmm.
and as a stipulation, he has to say, hey, we need to come out with a formal inquiry about what happened with Verkazi's son.
Uh-huh. And
And
he just as pussy too for real.
yeah, he said, look, hey guys, I'm just trying to,
Right.
proffer my welfares. You know what I'm saying? No, no pun
Uh-huh.
intended. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And they're
Yeah.
like, but you are gonna do this for us, right? And he was like,
Right.
let me talk to my mother real quick. She's like,
Right.
man, stop being a
Because
little
remember the
hoe.
uncle because
Go
remember
ahead
the
and
uncle
do it.
told them. The uncle told him, hey, don't
Most,
listen to her ass. Like,
yo, it's gonna come with
yo.
a price. You know what I'm saying? This
He
is not
said,
no,
like, it's she ain't doing this out the kindness of her heart,
nah,
yo.
this ain't no
Leave
free
this,
lunch.
leave this alone. And then she basically went behind the uncle back to talk to, I guess, the guy that's the heir and was like, hey, look here, man. She's like, look here. This nigga's old and he about to die. You the future of this. This nigga old, he about to die. You the future of this house or whatever. It's really supposed to be my brother, but hey, stuff happens here. You the future of this house. I'm gonna need for you to grow some hair on your nuts and just do as I
Yeah.
tell you. And this is gonna work out. Look, we already she already has what's the girl named Michaela, that's the blue-eyed
Yeah,
Arapian
yeah,
chick,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Fremen chick who's being a double agent she snitched so hard on the tradies and she said, oh, okay, yeah, so they got like a machine that is going to assassinate you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it has like a thermonuclear, like it has like a thermal detonator inside that little. So she said, "Yeah, we got this. They got this machine, and they plan on,
Killing
murdering
everybody at the High
everybody,
Council.
killing everybody, the high council and stuff." And she's like, "Oh, all right, cool." And it's like everybody plotting. Niggas
Everybody
be
got a
plotting. Niggas be plotting. So I know what I'm talking about. Plotting. Everybody's like plotting. They got to think. So you look at all the plots that's going on right now. Or how people plotting. You have House Carino, who's trying to keep power, and they're like, "Hey," and the daughter like figured out like this dude Desmond is trash,
yeah.
So what I'm saying, but they want to use him, so they're like, "Hey," so they're trying to keep power and kind of like, "Hey, relax." Then you have Desmond, who's like, hey man, I know some stuff. I want to get these witches out of here or whatever. Then you have the insurgents who's like, hey, House Carino is corrupt. This whole Imperium thing is trash. Let's get rid of all these mofos and
Yeah,
rebuild
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Tell
And,
let the spice
and
flow.
yeah. And then you got Valia who's trying to elevate her house by using the truth sayers that she have and 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 oh my god, that scene too was so great when she was talking to all the other truth sayers of the houses and she was telling them like, yeah, uh yeah, House Carino, yeah, they killed that boy. You need to go ahead and start telling y'all folks that. And it just started spreading like wildfire, wildfire, wildfire. And they got together, and that's how they was able to they went to House Harkonnen because she told old boy, hey, just sit back, relax. You gonna be on the High Council. And he's sitting there, it's been 3 days. I haven't been to anything. The next thing you know, the door knocks on the door, and boom, they're all there to be like, hey, we want to holler at you. And they're like, hey, we'll let you in, but we're gonna use you as a patsy. And then say
Definitely.
just in case that boy was gonna be Lee Harvey Oswald, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Things didn't go that way. But Valia was thinking, I already got the plan, already gonna say I'm gonna save the emperor. She pulled out her little switchblade, her little short edge razor too, because she showed earlier how she's good with the shot. She was like, I can get that thing. And she was like, I don't miss type thing. And the sister came in because the sister is like, yo, this whole thing is BS as well. What happened? Like you said, she's preaching that good word. Like, yeah, it's against the royal house. I know my part of the royal house of that. And then Desmond comes and said, oh, yes, and this is that. And they done,
My
and you done already,
friends, I just want
yeah.
to tell you that I did it. It was me. I didn't do it for the fun of it. I did it because they had them thinking machines. And as a matter of fact, hey, fellas, from the back, come the back.
And we have behind door number one the first.
Yeah, the
He,
insurgency. You know what I'm saying? The
he
dude,
pulled he
yo,
pulled out the guy that was in charge of insurgency, the guy that created the thinking, which the little drone thing, and then he was like, yeah, I killed that boy. He broke the first rule, have a thinking machine. And he was like, we are about this to show that we ain't down for this. And look who I got here. And he just looked and afterwards he spoke that good word, and he turned and looked at the emperor and was like, do I have your permission? Your permission? And the emperor was like, go ahead. Not only does he kill those those insurgents, he kills one of the house leaders who's basically like, I guess you could say would he be like a money person that's helping finance this stuff or something?
I
Because it's
guess
weird,
he was in cahoots with them as well.
right? I think he was in cahoots too, and he's like burning them alive. And he does this in front of the entire great houses of the Imperium. And that is what he wanted to do from the beginning. He said that episode, and he says, "Oh, I can show these people the power that you got having me." And he was like, "Hey," the emperor was like, "I don't know about that. Just relax, man." After that happened, and then you saw him have a psycho trip too, where you know what I'm saying? You saw how Desmond had the psycho trip where he was like on Arrakis, and you see like the sandworm coming in the mound, and it looks like he's being eaten by the sandworm, and then you see the eyes, Rashad, that the girls had drew on the little, yeah.
Right. Like it's funny
You,
because
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you when you've done who I think they're going to end up being.
because it's all like because you gotta it's all connected somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And because even going back to Talia, Talia was talking to Theodosia was like, look, we don't know how to fight this man. He's
Mm-hmm.
impervious to what we got going on. So we really need to lay back and just see how he operates and what his, you know what I'm saying, his invulnerabilities are, because we can't fight an enemy that we can't defeat. That's just stupid strategy. And it was just funny just looking at how the dreams that the future Bene Gesserit are having, the dream that or the vision that Desmond's having is essentially the same thing. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? It's the on Arrakis,
Mm-hmm.
you hear thumpers,
Mm-hmm.
you see that sandworm, they
Mm-hmm.
get swallowed by the sandworm,
Suat.
and
Mm-hmm.
then you see the eyes, and then you hear like the you know
Like
the
gurgling chanting
yeah, that you
or
know
whatever.
whatever language that is. I forgot which language it is, but yeah, theory time.
Theory. Theory. And once you started making that sound, it came to me. I was thinking it, but now it's really come to me. I think Desmond is going to stick around. And I think Desmond is going to be the person that is like a founder of the Sadakar.
Ah,
And if you've seen the Dune movies, the Sadakar are that army that you see where they were doing sacrifices and stuff like that. And when you got to that planet, remember they was doing like that gurgling or they was doing that talk like
that's
that.
a good
And this is
theory.
why, and this is also why too, because I just looked it up to make sure I won't crazy. They are soldier fanatics loyal to the Padisham emperors of House Carino.
Hey man, we mean on. So yeah, no, that's again going back to my first premise of this whole thing
Mm-hmm.
is that they have figured out a way to delicately and not so overtly tell all of us non-book readers, because we ain't read no books, that this really connects, even though it's disconnected. And we're gonna pay off and give you very clever and well thought out origins for all the things that you already see people do and know in the current timeline. Like that's why I've been loving this show because
Mhm.
how like even something as simple as the DNA stuff. It was like, yo, like how
Mhm.
can they just like, out here randomizing, figuring out who sperm to mate with what egg and people and all that good stuff. No, it's because they have an AI that it sells and they put in there, hey, who could we make to give us the best possibility? Like the super chat GPT for AI. And it just like it makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like and like
Right.
and for me, like I really am glad that I again the sleeper series of the year, yo. Like
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
not expecting this to be this interesting, not even
Right.
good. This interesting of a show. Like the
Right.
more I talk about it and more think about it, like the better the show gets, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. Because you and me, we went to this like because we are just fans of Dune, and we were just like, let's see what this is or whatever. We didn't have any expectations or anything like that, and they hooked and dragged us in, man. And it is doing its job. And next week is the penultimate episode, and good God, I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that needs to be like revealed, but
Yeah, like
still.
because now we got
Mhm.
to figure out like what's Tally gonna do with House Harkonnen because she killed her uncle, making
kept that ass kept that asthma pump from her.
yeah. So oh man, he said because you're weak. And he's like just crawling trying to get to that. He said, I'm just put this on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then oh yeah, and then the crazy the fact that
Yeah.
I don't even understand like the fact that Theodosia
Mm-hmm.
made herself look like her brother just to give her some catharsis
Yes.
like that because she didn't really need to do that. It was some make believe, Tony's barf technology level of therapy going on here. It wasn't real. Like
Yeah.
between
And it
like
made and it did because I was like, why does that? And I said, oh, early in the episode, that's that Losha said asked her like, yo, what's your connection with that guy in that picture? We all, like, talk. And then she was like, yeah, that's my brother. He was the best of us. He was the one that was supposed to do this. And
yeah.
man, and then he died. And the fact that, you know what that was almost reminding me of too? A
Was
series we just finished watching, The Penguin. When Oz had his girl,
oh
Oz had his
man.
girl like basically be like his mommy or whatever. Man,
Yeah.
I'm not, it's this is what you call good writing and good storytelling, man. And it's just like you said, Rashad, she didn't need this really wasn't needed, but it's almost like she needed the approval of her brother, type of stuff. Don't worry, I'm here with you, types, saying type stuff, man.
And even the fact that because even as she was talking through him, I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, it was her talking. And she was like, now like I understand why you had to come here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, now like me, Theodosia, like I'm fully down for the cause. I get it. And I get the struggle because the whole time she's been like a good protege, a good understudy. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta ask the good questions. And she was asking the questions the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
But Valiant was not answering none of them joints. Like, look, yo,
Mm-hmm.
it was a whole lot of shut up and trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fact that she was like, look, man, we had a stipulation that I was gonna have to do this no more when I came.
Mm-hmm.
And and Valiant was like, yeah, but I'm gonna need you to hit that one more time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to hit the folks one more
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
time.
I'm gonna need you to come on here
Mm-hmm.
and really dance a jig for me because I need that I need that
The
reassurance
assurance, yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the right thing. Because even when she's talking to her uncle, she said, "Look, if y'all wanted to if you guys would have rejected me, it would have been House Harkonnen on top, and not the sisterhood. So, like we said earlier, this ain't really had nothing to do with the sisterhood. This is all having to do with reclaiming their name. And her just rejecting House Harkonnen was strictly out of spite. It
Yeah.
had nothing to do with, like, you know what I'm saying? They had no, because they had plenty Reverend Mothers there just chilling. You know what I'm saying? They could easily send
Mm-hmm.
somebody there. They could have sent an
Mm-hmm.
understudy there. It wouldn't have mattered. They just been
Mm-hmm.
happy to get, you know what I'm saying, to get some recognition. So
Yeah.
it's just been very, very interesting watching this and putting the little pieces together and kind of like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
having that, then even talking this out right now, the thought process is, you know, us letting our powers combine,
Mm-hmm.
figuring this out together. And that's what I love about just a good series. And this has definitely been that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just an overall good series, and then the episode also ending kind of with um after Tulia came out that trance where she thought she killed that girl, she looks into the little box thing is like, Lila, where are you, girl? And then Lila comes through, eyes are bluer than the sky, and
Yo,
she is just like, and you know that chick now has basically all power in her you know, so she's knowing what is going on, and I can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying, how this is going to play out, especially next episode or the next two episodes, because she's supposed to be
Tony,
dead.
Tony, I get it. I get it. I get it. So essentially, this is gonna be the blueprint for why they only want to birth girls.
Ah, that's right. Because
Because the whole time they've been trying to
the
get a man to be the ruler and that whole,
mm-hmm,
the patriarchal society type thing. But now they're gonna figure out let's always make the offspring a girl so we can have better control. Then we can bring the girl into the fold, and then they can the girl
yes,
go out. Like yeah, it like
because the
yeah,
Reverend Mother in the movie, she did kind of like lash out at Jessica, saying that you were supposed to have a girl, and that was what Paul was supposed to be. And she was like, but he really wanted a son. And she was like, girl, that wasn't part of the plan. You supposed to have a goddamn girl, you know, type,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, type thing. And then she was just like, I've been teaching him some stuff and he got some of the power. But she's like, I beg your pardon. What? So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, man, this show is so good, and I two episodes left, and I really can't wait to see how this is going to unfold.
It's such a good show. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Um, we'll be
Anything
back.
else? Yeah.
Not from this. We'll be back, man. It's really slung up on us. Lord of the Rings, Water on Harem anime comes out this weekend.
I think I've seen one commercial spot for this, man,
My
and it was
brother,
like
I've
so,
seen nothing of for this.
yeah, and it like went by like that. I was like, oh yeah, that is coming up, and I'm thinking like, I thought it was coming out like Christmas Day or, you know, saying around that time. No, they said, nah, nigga, we coming out, we coming out now or
For
whatever.
some reason, I thought it was
Uh,
like the 20th, but no, it's 13th. So
yeah.
we'll try to watch that, get our review Monday. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
the penultimate of Dune Prophecy comes out
Mm-hmm.
on Monday as well. Is that it? I think that's it.
Oh,
Oh
Skeleton Crew.
shoot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, Star Wars. Skeleton Crew. Those are dropping on Mondays for some reason. So
It's
yeah.
dropping today.
Yeah, it's
All right.
dropping at 9. So
Okay.
we'll hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we'll have a slow news day and we'll both talk about Skeleton
I
Crew.
I apologize about last
There's no
week,
need.
y'all.
There's
My
no need. It's
job.
never need to apologize about having a real job
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if y'all wanted this to be our real job, then
Yeah.
y'all join the Patreon
Yeah.
so we can do other stuff.
Uh,
But yeah, but no, man.
also, also too, if it's a show that we haven't said anything about, but it kind of snuck up on us too as well. Dropped two episodes last week. This show is wild as hell.
Creature
Uh,
Commandos,
creature
yes.
Creature Commando.
Yes.
It's a wild.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to do
That is a
an
wild
entire season review
that
because
show.
we just don't have
That
enough
show.
time to review that nonsense episode by
Every,
episode.
yo, that show is wild as hell.
Hey, you want a rec from us? Watch Creature Commandos, yo. Like
Yeah.
shit is unhinged, man. I gotta
Yeah.
watch Creature Commandos.
Yo, yo, when we do that season review, this review of this show, y'all might get some top quality ignorance from us, yo. This show is so damn ignorant. James said something
Yo,
wrong with
James
James
Gunn,
Gunn.
he was really, he was really in his bag with this one, yo. Nah,
And
yeah,
then got the nerve to have an animated version of himself right in the episode.
it's being real meta, yo. I say, yo, this dude is funny,
Yeah.
man. But nah, yo,
Yeah,
definitely, we'll review Creature Commandos. That's gonna be at probably like the top of next year when that series finishes. But yeah, definitely watch Creature Commandos. If you remotely watched Peacemaker or James Gunn, not James Gunn, James Gunn, yeah, James Gunn Suicide Squad.
Yes,
My bad. Yeah, definitely watch Creature Commandos. It's hella funny. That's it. That's it for now. But yeah,
right.
we'll see you guys a couple times next week and also tomorrow. Skeleton Crew. Till next time.